What's up, you guys? Web here from oneglancetrader.com, and in this video, we're going to be talking about what on earth is going on with the Canadian dollar, why are all Canadian pairs trending, and why I'm singling out the EURCAD as my number one missed pivot opportunity versus against all the Canadian pairs that are out there today. And if you like the sound of that, all I ask for is that you smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification. Now, what is going on with the Canadian dollar? Now, I don't really talk about fundamentals on this channel, but when you're seeing the Canadian pairs trending as aggressively as they are, there is some fundamental aspect that is going on. And there's a number of things. The economy's booming at the moment with, they released a strong job report recently, but mainly from the research that I've done is that the soaring increase in oil prices is really fueling the Canadian dollar, because oil is one of Canada's biggest exports, and obviously, as prices go up, as they export more oil, the more money the economy makes. So, I'm going to keep it as basic as that for this video when it comes from a fundamental aspect. So now we know that Canadian pairs. And look, I've got, for example, the CAD JPY. Look at this. This is just disgusting. It's at, recent of this current trend, it's at all-time highs currently. We are Friday morning UK time here, and look how many missed pivots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 missed pivots this pair has. But why am I signaling out the EURCAD? And we kind of talked about this in last Sunday's video about an opportunity for a missed pivot play, but it continued to trend downwards. Now, the reason why I like this pair, and I think I've just taken a screenshot of it, is firstly, if we look at this at the moment, and all the pairs are exactly the same, is that you've got all these down arrows over here. So you can see here for multiple days that the EURCAD has been oversold, and we have got uh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 missed pivots. I'm not really seeing, since I've been looking at the missed pivot strategy and kind of trading it, I've not seen anything like this before. And sooner rather than later, as I've talked about a number of times, is that missed pivots, price likes to go back to missed pivots. So I'm not saying it's going to get back to this level here anytime soon, but what I'm looking at the moment are trading opportunities on these particular 4 missed pivots over the coming days or weeks. And the reason why I think that this is going to happen, but is if you look at it purely from a technical perspective, we talked about it before, we've got massive divergence, lower lows, and basically flat to now lower highs, again giving us an indication that potentially this trend is weakening and that we are going to go to consolidation or a bull run. And you could also argue here that it is starting to come into this consolidation phase, is because you see we've had this massive aggressive downtrend over here, and now you've kind of got two highs there and this area over here. So potentially we could start to see some consolidation happening at this particular area over here. And if you compared it to the CAD JPY chart, where you saw that price was starting to make new highs of that particular trend, yes, we are at the bottom here, but we have hit the last 3 days pivots, which before that we hadn't. So one thing I like to look for as part of the missed pivot strategy, or signs of potential consolidation which leads to reversal, is once you've had a number of missed pivots, you're looking for price to hit its missed pivot. It hasn't hit today's daily pivot, but again, we are still quite early inside the morning. This could still continue to trend downwards. I'm not saying by any means I'm looking to get into a trade now, but this is definitely one on my watch list to be able to have a look at a potential reversal. And the price that I'm interested, or the level I'm particularly interested at, is the 1.445. And the reason why you've got that round number level and you've got that missed pivot level here, and it again breaks the highs here. So price gets breaks above that area here, I'm looking at these two pivots and this potential pivot as potential take profit opportunities. And this is probably one that I'll probably look to kind of scale into. I don't normally do scale in trades where I'll put a light position on, and as price continues to go in my favor, I will then add more to my position size over there. So that's the kind of area. But there is one key thing here that it really excites me about this pair in terms of at least a short-term reversal or a pullback to a certain extent, and that is down to, if we look at the weekly chart, you can see here, and I'll just take a screenshot of it. You can see over here on the weekly is that we had a reversal there, and price is now pretty much at that level. Now you could argue that the low is here and here, so it still has some room to go to a certain extent, but in my particular view is that we are now approaching or pretty much at a very key level for the EURCAD. Not to say it can't break out, but you can see over here we had some back in 2016 it's held, and then back here in, what's that, around September, October 2019, and then we're now approaching that level over here. So this is what makes me quite excited about this pair, especially as in the shorter term aspect, looking at the 4-hour chart, is that we are looking for those potential reversals to kind of knock out these kind of four missed pivots over here, and potentially higher. So that's what I'm looking at the moment. That to me is the most exciting. So please comment down below on your thoughts on the EURCAD. Are you in this position? Are you short? Are you long? What is your thoughts? Are you waiting on the sidelines to see what kind of happens? And as you can kind of see now, let's zoom in slightly on this 4-hour. Again, we are pretty much at the lows over here, and again, but we are seeing that kind of divergence in trends like this is just kind of irrelevant, but it is now starting to get to the highest we've seen for a while, and again hitting those kind of two highs there. So this is the piece that I'm quite excited about for this particular pair. So again, comment down below, make sure you smash that like button, and then on the screen now is my missed pivot strategy as well, that goes through this in a lot more detail and why I'm waiting for at least this pivot to be knocked out or break above this highs to look at these potential 3 pivots as some potential trades and take profit target. So if you like the sound of that, make sure you smash that like button, and I shall see you guys in the next video.